Good morning, it's Dr. Rick Carter McClure here, and this channel is To Men, For Men, and About Men. So today, gentlemen, I'd like to discuss standing up to mommy, which I know is difficult for many of you, and I have worked with hundreds of couples where this has been a big issue in the relationship. When the wife feels like the son is more devoted to his mother than he is to her, and the son feels like he is caught between his mother and his wife. And what this typically means is that you men who are in this position have not individuated, which means that you have not officially left your family of origin in a way that allows you to start your own life and be the head of your family or partner in your family, and you're putting the pressure on your wife to have conflicts with your mother when you should actually be standing up to your mother and basically saying, you need to stay out of our business, especially our marriage. And what's happened is that a lot of mothers have been single mothers, as many of you know, in today's society. So there hasn't been a father figure present. So often these women, especially with their oldest boys, will raise them as kind of like their pseudo husband and depend on them way too much. So when it comes time for the guys to form relationships with girlfriends and women and eventually get married, these mothers are jealous, and whether intentionally or not, they don't like the fact that the husband's new wife takes the attention away from them. So they do a lot of passive-aggressive mind games, and the son acts oblivious and pretends like he doesn't see it. And oftentimes I don't think he does because it's become so normalized. But of course, women are intuitive, and the wife notices the jabs and the games and the competition. And as she tries to explain to you guys what's happening, you are befuddled and you just want her to get along with your mother, and you say that you don't want to be caught in the middle. However, this is where you need to step up and take responsibility for it. It's not your wife's responsibility to basically figure out how to tell your mother to butt out. This is where you have to stand up and take charge and let your mother know that you've moved on from the family of origin, that you have your own life. That doesn't mean you're cutting her out of your life. It means that the relationship changes. You're devoted to your wife. There shouldn't be a competition between those two women. And I often see that in relationships, and couples struggle for months and years trying to navigate this. There's an archetype. If you look it up, you can read more about it. And I think it's a little harsh, but it's called the devouring mother. And it's about mothers who, devour their kids. Basically, they put their own needs ahead of what's good for the child. So in the case of the son, the mother isn't thinking about, what does my son need to go out into the world and to be his own man and to make his own way, as opposed to, mommy's scared to be alone and mommy doesn't want him to leave me. So she does a lot of passive aggressive games, such as I've seen with many clients. If the son wants to move to a different state and take a job, mommy is very sad and pouting and saying, well, I'm going to miss you and it's going to be hard on me, but you do what you need to do. So, you have to, at some point, cut the umbilical cord and be able to get on with your own life and recognize that that's your mother's issue and she has to deal with it. So another thing that's happened through the last couple of generations is that men have often been passive. So if even if they're not absent, they're passive in raising their kids, and the women take more charge of that. So the father isn't giving his son some of his own life lessons as a masculine male. So a lot of these sons are raised with a female perspective, and when they go into their relationships, again, they're depending on their mother rather than having a male orientation for dealing with his wife. And women don't like this at all, and obviously it creates so many problems for them. So we've seen a lot of that. and also with, of course, you all know this, the helicopter parenting, which was a predominant way of raising kids the last 20 years, and it's still going on, where parents are hovering over their children. They are, as you guys know, they're protecting you from everything. You're not allowed to have any emotional pain. You're not allowed to experience any fighting on the playground. You're not allowed to go in the monkey bars unless there's a pad below it. You're not allowed to have arguments with classmates without your parents stepping in. You're not allowed to get a bad grade without your parents stepping in and making sure the teacher gives you a good grade. Everyone gets a trophy generation. So then when you go into life, and again, especially the boys, because the women tend to pull it together and go to college and mature, but the males are left behind. You guys know this, and you're having anxiety issues about so many things in life where you really should just be going out and exploring and making your mark and challenging yourself and feeling excited about entering the world. Instead, you're scared to death. You don't know how to handle conflict. You don't know how to deal effectively with relationships. You're not sure how to date. So instead, you hide out in the basement, or you're whacking off to porn 3 times a day. And this is fixable. I mean, it really is. So yeah, let's end there today. But I just wanted to bring up the mother issue, that if you are having that problem in your relationship, it's not your wife's responsibility to figure out how to get along with your mother. It's your responsibility to talk to your mother and basically set a new boundary, explaining to her that it's your life and she needs to stop meddling. Okay? Thanks. Have a great day.